Good Wednesday morning. It promises to be yet another uninteresting, unexciting day, but we're gonna vlog it anyway. So here's the update on these little boogers. They're getting much bigger, and they're doing good. You can see them breathing and sleeping. I don't know why, but I've had several just die. No real reason. Nothing traumatic going on, like they've thrown all their food out of their bowl. I've had several die, so I'm down from like 22 to 17. So I'm hoping no more dies. And I have more in the incubator. Speaking of incubator, these guys are fertile and they've got healthy developing babies in there. So we should have 2 brand new baby chickens soon. Another update is this wiggly wormy bunch. They're all packed in. They were up and playing this morning, but they're sleeping now. Little foot stuck out.
Oh goodness, see that little foot. That little butt.
Yep. They're getting so big.
Come see me for a minute.
And they're eating and drinking already. They should be ready for homes in another month. It's always sad. It's always sad to see them go. It doesn't matter how many I've raised, it's always sad to see them go. It huffed. It was like, oh, this lady again. Okay, I'm done. A couple of days. We've rained 4 days in a row, so we're really getting some big changes in the garden. Speaking of changes, it's super wet out here right now. And I wore flip-flops. You can see my carrots are coming up dramatically. That makes me super happy. I've already harvested my first jalapeno, and I have more already sprouting. Look at Mara's little garden where she put all the radishes right beside each other. She decided to grow random lettuce. Look at my potatoes, y'all. It's like everything is coming up really well. Everything's doing really well. No, I still do not have cages on my tomatoes. Look at my zucchini. I'm going to have to be making a lot of zucchini bread. Speaking of babies, this is Willow's last, and it goes to its new home on Sunday. It's going to be a happy little indoor bunny. Look at this little crew. They have gotten much bigger as well. They're only 5 days behind the others. They've got their eyes open. They've already been out of the nest exploring. I'm totally surprised that they're all in there, except it's early. Still kind of chilly, so they're snuggling. Oh, spoke too soon. They've been sampling food. Thank God she's got lots of space because they've been all around bugging Mom. Gosh, they're so cute. I have cleaned out the bed, put tons of fresh new bedding, put their little house, gave them a big dirt thing. I'm going to repair any possible entry holes just in case, and I'm going to bring the quail back out here while the temperature outside is the same as in the house so that there's no big temperature shock or anything. So, y'all, wish me luck on this. So, I put them back in here. First place they went, to the dirt pile. The only thing that makes me sad is even though they're kind of in their dirt pile, they're not as like exuberant as they normally are when they get fresh dirt. When I brought them in the barn, they all got like really quiet. And I felt bad. Like the first thing I thought is they're probably thinking, oh no, we're back where that thing can get us. I'm probably giving too much thought to a bird. Filled up some weak places along the top because apparently that's how it was getting in. So I filled those places up. This jerk always takes his food bowl, dumps it, and then rolls in it like a dog. I don't know why I even feed him. So I'm just going to be totally real and vulnerable with you guys. Saturday was the closest I've ever come to just giving it up. John and I went on a date. We basically drove around, went to the mall, and grabbed a burger or something, and just kind of done our thing. But we talked about it for a long time because I told him, I was like, I'm truly considering going home, putting everything up for sale, and just being done. Like I'm so done. And a lot of the reason was, one, I was hormonal. And two, no, it's not just the rat. It was the constant living in fear that I'm going to get caught doing what I'm doing, the constant living with not having the money. Like right now, my tomato plants need tomato cages. We still don't have gates up for the rabbits, but I don't have the money, guys. Like, I don't have the money. Everybody was like, oh, don't use chicken wire, use hardwire cloth. Well, that'd be great if I had the money to go out and replace it, but I don't. And I was so frustrated because even though I've gotten the Homestead to be self-sufficient, like it takes care of itself on the day-to-day, it doesn't take care of itself. Like, I'm not to that point yet where it can take care of itself in an emergency. Like, I don't have enough excess to where I could say, oh, okay, so we've got a rat, so we need to change out the cloth or the hardwire cloth on these, and you know, I need to get like 4 or 5 traps, and I need to get all this different thing. Like, I don't have the money for that. I don't. And so I was really down and frustrated, and I just thought, I'm just gonna go home. I'm just going to put everything up for sale. I know a bunch of people who would buy all of it. I'm just going to sell them all and be done with it. I might keep like 1 rabbit in the house just to have, because I love the rabbits. I would keep Trinket, but that's it. Like, everything else just going to go. But I can't do that. I can't do that. John and I talked about it, and he was like, that's up to you, but honestly, honey, he's like, you've struggled and you've worked this long and this hard. Why give up now over one thing? And he was right. So I put my big girl panties on and said, I will deal with it. We will kill this rat the best way that we can. His uncle gave us some poison. I'm pretty sure that we have killed this thing. I'm so sure that I'm willing to bet my quail's life on it. The last 5 quail that I have, I'm willing to bet their life on it. So I put them out here, and he's glad to be back. And so that's what I wanted to tell you. Even though sometimes like things look really, really bleak, especially for those of you who are trying to do this. And I talked about that in one of the videos that I've done, the things that no one told me about homesteading, is how freaking expensive it is. Everything is expensive, but that's the way life is, period, right now. Everything's expensive. And so I just wanted to encourage you, if you are homesteading and you're broke, don't give up. It just make sure that you don't overwhelm yourself. Like, I only have the 3 chickens. I could have got more, but I also know how much the feed bill is, and they don't produce anything. They don't make anything, so they're kind of just, other than 3 little eggs that I eat, but that's it. I mean, I still have to buy eggs for my kids. The quail and the rabbits are what are profitable for me, but I still don't want to get overwhelmed. That's why I still went ahead and sold Blackjack, because Blackjack had done his duty, and I was just feeding an extra rabbit that I didn't need. So I'm done rambling now. I'm gonna go back in the house. I want to encourage you, don't overwhelm yourself with animals. Don't overwhelm yourself with stuff that you can't afford to do. And try to plan for emergencies. That's hard when you're broke. Like, I wasn't expecting an emergency, so probably should be a little bit more on my game with that. So let's go back in the house. We're getting our first blooms. Zucchini's on its way. Zucchini's on its way. And Lord, will it overwhelm me when it gets here. Stalked. Yeah, I see you. I know you're here. It's wet outside. It's wet outside. Let's go in the house, Fuzzy Cat. Now watch this. Yep. What is it about kids that they bug you all day long about coming outside? You take them outside, and they immediately start to whine and complain to want to go back in the house. They're as bad as the cats.
On the 4th of July, 1806, we set sail from the sweet cove of Cork. We were sailing away with a cargo of bricks for the ground.
So I noticed this plant growing from where I had taken compost and thrown it. This is corn. Apparently where I had thrown I pulled it up. Where I had been throwing compost over here, the corn decided to plant itself to grow out of the compost. So apparently I'm trying to grow corn in random places. And then pretty sure this is going to be a tomato plant that has randomly summoned itself here. Did not plant a tomato plant, but here it be. And then I've been outside for a while, keeping an eye out and letting them till, but also look, I'm like growing a lot of cats. My cats are coming in really well.
My mom is doing something, so I'm just going to show you guys a little bit of my garden. So, here's my tomatoes. They're doing pretty good. These are chocolate cherries. These are red Knights. They're doing good.
So we're gonna go back in the house and cook some Chinese food. So we're gonna go ahead and end the vlog here. Make sure you check out all of our social media links down below. And until tomorrow, we love you. Bye.